Hey everyone, how is your day going? Today we gonna do Final Wars Godzilla vs Kratos matchup. So in this video I will not gonna give three-dimensional scales like planetary, star, solar system, etc. These both characters are definitely GOAT. Anyway, let's dive into the fight. Now let's start with Kratos first. This guy is absolute GOAT. He scales higher with Rage of Gods. Magic is the source of all physical attributes in the setting. The Rage of the Gods, a transformation that allows Kratos to channel on the powers of the gods, grants him infinite magic. So this is at least 4D. If you want some 5D scaling, then you can argue that he possesses the Gauntlet of Zeus and the Blade of Artemis. If you want another 5D scaling, then you can argue that he created a realm tier in his physical clash with Thor. Realm tiers are holes in the fabric of reality that threaten the existence of individual realms. Their creation tears apart the fabric of an individual realm, causing ripples across its entirety and make even the world tree itself bleed. Can cause realm shifts with various means, said shifts distorting both the space and time of an entire realm, each realm being infinite in size. With the breath of a sufficiently strong god, the Gjallarhorn can harmonize the space between all 9 realms, which he does in a bid to stop Odin. So overall Kratos is 4D to 5D.
Listen, kid. There are 2 things you don't know about the Earth. One is me, and the other is Godzilla.
Now let's move on to the My Childhood Godzilla incarnation. Well, this guy hasn't so much 4D or 5D scaling unlike Kratos. Well, this guy defeated Gigan, who has infinite vision. The infinite vision stuffs already transcends 3-dimensional structure. This already making Godzilla 4D. If we can do him 5D, we have several things to get that level. Well, modified Gigan is stronger than his base form that Godzilla defeated. Base form, we already said that posses infinite heat vision where it's 4D. Modified Gigan aboves his base form, which giving him 5D. How this can include Godzilla? Because Godzilla is stated to be strongest monster in his universe. So that's why. But wait, you can get Godzilla to 6D? Well, possibly yes, because Kaiser Ghidorah stated to he's strongest in universe. He has anti-gravity beams where it's 5D, but this is arguably 6D due to stated to be have cosmic firepower, which means his beams aboves modified Gigan. As we said, he has 5D scaling. Now some dumb people still believes that Godzilla destroyed the Gorath where calculated to country or multi-continental level, but this already debunked in film that Gorath didn't exist. It's just a hologram. The asteroid that Godzilla destroyed is Avatar or shell of Monster X. So this isn't a feat at all. Talking about Monster X, he is cosmic entity and having more power and speed than Godzilla. Godzilla defeated him, so we can argue that Godzilla has power and speed growth or doesn't care how strong or fast you are. Maybe power growth is best choice for him. Now let's move on to their debunks against FW and Kratos. I will start with Kratos first. I saw an idiot guy that's saying Kratos scaling nowhere because he struggled to cut a tree, but this already can disproven. Cutting a tree is not a feat, it's game mechanics. Game mechanics are rules of games, etc. So using this argument to debunk Kratos is massively disaster. So let's move on to the FW. I will use 2 arguments to debunk him where people using against him. One is Final Wars kaijus are weakness kaijus, and other is Godzilla's strongest statement is only includes his own timeline. I will start with timeline thing. The statement that saying is strongest is only includes to entire Godzilla saga or Toho multiverse. Statement saying strongest final roar in history mentions all previous Godzillas from past. The timeline is just a timeline and it's for plot, not for other thing, but if you're gonna bring Monsterverse, Shin and -1 like they stated to be strongest too. But this doesn't debunks my argument because just use your logic that Godzilla Final Wars is 50-year anniversary film and showed a flashback to previous films. This already shows that it doesn't includes his own universe as 2004 Godzilla film is anniversary film. So using timeline thing to debunk Final Wars Godzilla's strongest statement is quoting out of context fallacy. Now moving to FW kaijus are weak argument. I will start with Raiden. Raiden lost at his beam so he's weak. The FW Raiden and Showa Raiden are same. but alternative versions. The Rodden only possessing beam is Fire Rodden from Heisei era, so using this is irrelevant. And second argument is, Anguirus hasn't beam, so he weak too. There's no statement of feat that previous Anguirus has beam attack. The only Anguirus possessing beam attack is Singular Point Anguirus. Third argument is King Caesar didn't reflected a beam in film, but you should realize that Godzilla didn't use his atomic breath to attack and King Caesar reflect the attack. They wanted to add, but they changed their mind. Fourth argument, Zilla died at building explosion, so she's weak too, but this can be debunked by film. Zilla didn't died at building explosion. Instead, she died to Godzilla's atomic breath. We can hear her roar during Godzilla blasted his atomic breath at her. The last fifth argument is Kamakura's died at tower, not tower explosion. This can be debunkable because Kamakura's died at tower should depends on Godzilla's power, because Godzilla symbolizes overwhelming power in universe, and realize that Kamakura's showed a resistance to missiles in film. So that's all debunked. Also forgot to say, director Ryuhei Kitamura stated that Kaijus in Final Wars universe has more power and speed than previous Kaijus from past. But wait, you guys want to see a Tier 0 Kratos and Godzilla scaling? Well, I can give it. I will start with Kratos first. For Tier 0 Kratos scaling, we will use mythology scaling for him. Every mythology in God of War are same myths from folklores we know. Greek mythology is part of God of War we know, and since ancient Greek cosmology contains cosmic ocean. And cosmic ocean embodies world, cosmos, and chaos. Ether is also part of the Greek cosmology, and ether is pure essence, etc. So overall Kratos is Naya-Pyron. Let's move on to Godzilla. There's several ways that you can get him to Tier 0. Well, Marvel Godzilla is Showa Godzilla, and Marvel Godzilla viewed Marvel cosmology as fiction. The new Marvel Godzilla is same old Marvel Godzilla, but stronger. Marvel cosmology has Tier 0 scaling, but I will not explain here. I will give Marvel cosmology scaling link in description. Without inverse scaling, Islamic cosmology also exists in the Godzilla Toho multiverse. Some people may ask, how does the bloodthirsty God statement prove anything? Well, the bloodthirsty part is most likely an exaggerated expression, because the God of Islam is not bloodthirsty. However, Godzilla is often portrayed as a being that punishes humanity for its sins and arrogance, which is a concept that can also exist in religious themes. For clarification, I am not saying Godzilla is the god of Islam, Astaghfirullah. I am only connecting fictional cosmological themes and symbolism used in the franchise. This is fiction, not real life, and these kinds of concepts are common in fictional stories. Well, Islamic cosmology is Tier 0 due to Alami Malakut, realm of soul, contains archetypes, and archetypes are part of Platonic concepts. Platonic concepts are Tier 0 for being ontologically perfect. If you don't want to use this, it's fine. Cthulhu mythos cosmology also exists in Toho multiverse. Godzilla itself proves this. He is alternative version of 1954 Godzilla, or he aboves 1954 Godzilla, who stated to be Cthulhu-like being. So what Cthulhu possess as hacks Godzilla does too. Even if you're gonna say Cthulhu mythos cosmology debunked to outerversal, well, it's not true because the cosmology got rebunked to Tier 0. So guys, stop using this VSBW's shit logics. So if Godzilla is a Pyron and Kratos is Naya-Pyron, who will win? Well, I can say Godzilla wins for having high tier, but let's dive to their haxes. Kratos has electric manipulation, fire manipulation, time manipulation, acausality, and reality warping stuffs. Also, he possessing soul manipulation and conceptual manipulation after killing Thanatos, a primordial, who are fundamentally abstract concepts that predate and created reality itself, also having power nullification. But what about Godzilla's haxes? These are literally some haxes. Godzilla is part of Shinichi Ozaki. Ozaki is Kaiser, who is all-powerful beings. They have power to control universe. So Godzilla possibly have reality warping, dimensional manipulation, space-time manipulation, black hole manipulation, gravity manipulation, galaxy manipulation, etc. I don't want it to count others. He has infinite power growth like burning Godzilla. After his power grown infinitely, he used his infinite heat ray. So this count Final Wars for having immeasurable power or getting infinite power from Ozaki, and he used his burning G-Spark heat ray. He has a virus called G-Virus. If some little creature touches him, they becomes gigantic. Also, Ozaki possessing telekinesis, and this includes Godzilla too. He is the living embodiment of dark side of humanity, and embodiment of fear too. He scales to Kaiser Ghidorah, who transcends all of concepts and infinite higher hierarchies, and have resistance to Oxygen Destroyer's matter manipulation. He also resisted to Kaiser Ghidorah's anti-gravity beams where it's higher dimensional, and Godzilla transcends good and evil. He also showed resistance to Kaiser Ghidorah's life manipulation. Every Kaiju's in Final Wars universe doesn't affects by death manipulation or existence erasure. He also can harm King Caesar, who is same with Okinawan Shisas from myths. Shisas are embodiment of protection. He also killed Hidora, who is embodiment of pollution. So overall, who win in this fight? I will say Godzilla wins with no to low difficulty because having high scaling and having some better hexes. He also posses Cthulhu's hexes. As we said, 1954 Godzilla is Cthulhu-like being, and Final Wars is alternative version of 1954 or aboves him. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you loved this video, press to like button and type some comments. Anyway, I'm tired of making this video, so I'm going to rest. Goodbye.